Hi guys, it's Matt here at M-vapes. This is going to be a review of our new fully mechanical custom hand built wooden box mods. This review is going to be for two of the box mods, which are both a fully mechanical box mod, not a squonker or anything like that. These are just our two mechanical mod ranges that we do. One is a dual 18650 and the other is a single 26650. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at them both and sort of install a battery and set up a coil and have a vape on one. We'll start with the 26650. Like all of our new range, this is custom made completely from scratch using beech hardwood, and it has a wooden firing button, and on top there is a Fat Daddy Vapes stainless steel spring loaded 510. Inside, or the door should I say, is held on with magnets. It's just a slidey door, so you just slide it off, and it has three magnets along the top there, three along there, and then corresponding magnets on the door. Inside, it's got full copper internals. This is our new revision internals, and we've just made a few improvements that help with consistency, things not moving around, etc. Installing batteries, removing batteries, improved sort of voltage or lack of voltage loss. It's quite simple inside, but this is what we wanted to get across, was that simplicity is just as good as something that's vastly complex. So that is the insides of the 26650, and to install a battery you have the negative end goes against these two keystone contacts, which are spring loaded, and the positive end goes to the 510 there. This is fixed, so the battery tension is all taken up in the spring in the bottom there, so you get a nice good fit. We used two contacts rather than just one because it evens out the pressure on the battery and makes a nice contact. So just pop the negative end down like so, and then just with your finger push it and pop in the positive end, and that is the most simplest connection to a battery you could ever have. So the power is going straight from the top to the atomizer, and then from the bottom via the solid copper, and then to this copper section here, which connects to the negative outside of the 510. The switch is controlled via the wooden button, which, as you press the button, it makes contact between the two copper pieces that complete the negative track of the circuit. The tension of the switch, you can play around with that if you prefer. I've set this up to how I like it, but when they come to you, if I just pop the battery out, this black foamed section here will be a little bit longer, and that will give a slightly stiffer button. So when you get it, if you press the button a few times and sort of feel the tension, see what you think of it. If you like it, leave it where it is. If you want a slightly softer button, which is what I've done, you can basically just cut a little section out of the foam, and that will give you a slightly softer button. You can go probably, I've took about 1 centimetre out, you can go probably up to 2 centimetres out for a really soft button, but it's advisable not to go too far because then you sort of end up not getting the spring back effect. But you've got some adjustment there, so you can sort of make the button to how you prefer it, which is, I think, is a nice touch. It gives you sort of a bit of control over. Everyone's different. Some people prefer a stiff button, some people prefer a soft button, but by doing it like that you can set it up to how you prefer. It's probably easier to just undo the nut here, pop this out, and then you can take this section out and just stand your blade across to cut the foam to where you desire it, and then pop it all back together. You can do it in there if you wish, but it's probably easier if you take it out. So once the battery's in, obviously you then have the tension on the switch, and to pop the lid back on, just pop it into place and slide it across. And with the new beechwood, we've got really nice tight tolerances on the lid, so there's no gaps or anything like that, so it almost looks invisible. When it's fitted, you wouldn't know where the lid was. If you didn't know where it was, you wouldn't know where it was. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense, does it? Right, let's see what the voltage is of this battery, because I don't know if it's fully charged or not. Not quite. Let me try the other one. There we go, that's got a little bit more in. So we can do a little voltage test drop. So that is 4.1 volts, near as damn it, fully charged. And this is a 0.9 ohm single coil. 3.8. So that's losing 0.3 of a volt, which I'd say that's pretty good. Obviously different batteries, you know, perform differently. This is an E-Fest. Yeah. Let's have a little vape. Very nice. Size of your hand, it's let me zoom out a little bit, you can see. It's not a bad fit in the size of your hand, and it's, you know, quite compact compared to the size of the battery that's in there. Try to make it as small as possible. And yeah, not a bad little box, nice and simple, good size to take around, and with a 26650, you know, that will last all day. So that's the 26650 fully mechanical beech box mod by M-vapes. Next up in the mechanical range of just box mods is the dual 18650. Again, very similar. Made of solid beech hardwood with the wooden firing button, and the Fat Daddy Vapes stainless steel spring loaded 510. Okay. Again, you've got 6 magnets, 3 along there, 3 along there, and corresponding on the lid. Inside it runs the same full copper internals with the keystone spring loaded negative connections, and because we're using this new style of 510, we have a slightly different positive layout, which has given us a better fit with the batteries and a better voltage loss as well. It looks a little bit neater, a little bit more symmetrical, which I'm quite anal about things like that. Very similar in principle to the 26650 box. To install your batteries, doesn't matter which way round you do, you can do this side or you can do this side. Negative end first, pop it into place. And the same the other side. And this is a parallel mod, not a series mod. So do not put one in one way and one in the other. Make sure that both the negatives are at one end and both the positives at the other end. And then just pop your lid back on. And again, we've got the join really quite sort of stealthy looking. And again, you can adjust the tension of the button just by cutting the foam to wherever you like. So when it comes to you, the foam will be pretty much where it is. And if you want it a slightly softer button, you can just cut a little bit off the foam there, which I think is nice, you know, gives a bit of customization to it so you can get it how you want it. Where's my voltmeter gone? Hello, voltmeter. There it is. .18. We'll use the same atomizer for the voltage test. .379. So pretty much the same as the 26650.3. Something of a volt loss, which is very acceptable. So there we go. If you're after a UK made box that's built from scratch, where we actually build these boxes, which takes quite a bit of time, and do the sanding. They're sanded right down to 600 grit, so they're very nice and smooth. We actually experimented with putting finishes on, etc., but in the end decided to leave them as the natural beech finish, and sanded to the 600 grit. So again, if you decide how you want to finish it, you can use it as is. It's quite a stable wood, and or you can add a wax, add a varnish, add a stain, paint it, engrave it, burn it, do whatever you like with it. It's giving you these options, whereas if we put a finish on it, then you're kind of stuck to that finish and it might not be to your taste. So by leaving it as a plain wood, it just gives you the option to either leave it as it is, or do something to it, which again it just adds a little bit of personalisation. You can make the mod yours. You can get the button set up to the tension that you require. You can put a finish on it that you prefer, and it just gives you a little bit more control over. You're the person buying it at the end of the day, and you buy something that you would like. And if you can tailor it to exactly how you like it, then that's a bonus. So that's been the two mechanical box mods. So fully mechanical, no wires. So obviously check up on your Ohm's law and amperage of your batteries. Make sure that you're doing everything correctly. I use the steam engine calculator online, which is very, very helpful, and we've got a link to that on our website as well. I'll be bringing up videos of the Squonker range next, so check back soon for those videos. Hope this has helped. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.